Hey everybody, this is Dustin, Army Specialist. So sometime later today, we're going to be taking this Genesis voltage and we're going to be installing a brand new Gen Y pin box. And so we're going to be taking this guy out. They actually had to contact the customer to say, hey, before we dive in here to start replacing that, as you can see, this whole material up here, the screws are backed out. The whole piece where this all resides, the screws onto, which is the bottom of the cap, sometimes broke loose underneath there. So we're going to go ahead and peel all this back. The guys are going to get that all resecured. It's kind of blocking the screws, so they will have to fight those, and we don't want to scratch or damage the bottom of the fiberglass when we're doing that. So we're going to get that fixed up so it doesn't create any other issues for him, and then we will go from there. But if you haven't checked out some of our previous posts or videos on the Gen Y hitch, we'll highly recommend them. They make a huge difference. They have them, they come with a 5-year warranty, but you can actually pay the additional $100 and get a lifetime warranty. A lot of the major manufacturers are recommending them and installing them from the factory. So there's also a lot of different controversy online, hey, put that on, modified it, it'll void my warranty. Well, that's I don't know how you want to say that, but I don't think they can really get away with that, unless they were able to physically come back and say, hey, this pin box caused damage to something, and prove it. But at that point, a lot of these different pin box manufacturers would be throwing 20 fits a minute, taking them to court, because that would actually, hurt their sales. So whether it be a standard stock pin box, which is, again, like 1950 technology, or if you came over here and you've seen this Moride pin box, or you came over here and you see this Reese pin box. And here's a perfectly good example. Here's a Solitude with a Reese. Here's a Solitude with a different Moride. There's another Solitude over there with a different Moride. And, plenty of variations. There's a reflection over there with a Gen Y gooseneck attachment. Here is another reflection with a Moride. And then there's a Cougar with looks like that's a rotor hitch. I can't remember what they call it. So many of them came and gone. Oh, Road Armor, Rotoflex. So, there's so many different pin boxes. Each one's trying to do something different. This one pivots up and down, with a cushion. This one pivots side to side and up and down. But none of them are really, taking out all that bouncing and sway from the actual frame. So that's where the Gen Ys, like I said, what we're suggesting to people to put on. Big brands, like we'll say Brinkley. We just watched the 5-part miniseries from Brinkley, and they said that they, for the most part, are trying to equip all their frames with a Gen Y. And, I know Nate, who was in that video, one of the owners of Brinkley, and he said the same thing, they wouldn't tow without one. So good quality boxes. I would recommend them. They have them both for standard connection as well as the gooseneck, so you can get either version. So if over there is actually a gooseneck and here's not, you can get either one from Gen Y, and we recommend that you check into it. And helps save your trailer, helps save your frame. Also, same thing over there. I did a video earlier. The guys are doing a Roadmaster kit, and so that'll help protect your suspension. You can also, if you've seen any of our posts or videos about the Moride X Factor braces that go underneath the frames, that's something else we recommend a lot. So, all right, well, hey, stay tuned for more. I'm just walking around the lot, checking on the guys today, and throwing out some of the stuff that we're working on. All right, well, hey, you guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. It's Dustin, your RV Specialist.